Good afternoon, and welcome to The Journey with Hamtonio. Today I'm just going to respond to a upcoming video that I put out. It talked about some people have to be aliens in this country when it in regards to politics. You know, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. But first, I want to get you up to speed to one of the first interviewees that I'm going to bring on my show, Dr. T. Owens Moore. I want you guys to look out for that. He'll be coming aboard and sit down having a good conversation about melanin. Dr. T. Owens Moore, so I want you guys to look out for that shortly. But I put in the view bar that some of our folks in this country have to be aliens to go for some of the things that they're doing. And when it comes to politics, some might say other things as well. Because I was listening to a radio station, and it said something about America becoming a third world country. And so I stopped there, and it caught my attention because I kind of believe that when it's all said and done, we are just going to be a working third world country just a few decades ahead. So continued to listen to the station and found out it was a right-wing radio station. And then they began again on the talking points that I heard Trump talking about, that the FBI was wrong for going in there and they tried to spin it that those documents, was his copies and his personal property. They even said earlier that he takes home work and all that kind of crazy stuff. And my point is, it's just negating all the protocols that are necessary to declassify documents. You got to go back to those respective agencies and get a clearance. It just don't happen like that. You know what I mean? So, and then especially negating the fact that those are government documents. They don't belong to Trump. So these people on the radio broadcast was glossing over all of that evidence right in their face and just trying to get on the same bandwagon and cause greater problems in this country. They're getting people to rise up and start doing crazy stuff to the FBI. The FBI got to safeguard their premises around the country now because he's stolen all this anger and craziness out there with things that are not factual at all. So, I was saying to myself, what's wrong with you people? I mean, now, it could be, as far as politics, folks that you care about and people that you care about, but if they're doing wrong, they're doing wrong. Don't compromise your morals just because they speak in a certain agenda that you might be in favor of at that particular time. Or whatever, something they say that you agree with, but you just can't discount all the bad things and the things that they have done. I say, hey man, you my boy, but guess what? You was wrong on this particular issue. You was wrong on, I didn't agree with you on that issue, on this issue. But these people just glossing right over all the Trumps. They did it from the beginning. Look at his background. You tell me anybody else that you know of that can be the president, especially a black person, with all that baggage that he was carrying, from sexual allegations, being hauled into court, not paying his employees, not paying his lawyers, phony foundations, hiding his taxes. These folks are looking over all of that because they got one main goal and agenda. See, it's about getting their country back, and it seems like Trump is their man in order for that to make that happen for them. So I just came to the conclusion that we in trouble, y'all. We're in trouble. Because if you got 50, 70 million people, irregardless of any factual data that you show them, that they still carrying on the way that they're carrying on, we're in trouble. So nothing that you present to them that they're going to believe at this point. And I truly believe Trump can kill somebody and still be cool with a lot of people. You see, so we really need to take a good, close evaluation on what's going on right now with us in this country, and folks wanting their country back. All that is serious issues that we need to address and really be looking at, and get our heads and minds out of the TV and stuff. So it's it's a dire situation. See, we need to be more culturally sound, and as a unit. You know, cultural unity. That's what black folks is missing. Cultural unity. Because it gives us so much, and it puts us in a position of strength that we can do some things. You know, because the man, this country only understand two things. You know, money and power. Money and power. So it's evident we don't have the power. So let's use our money as our power uh, to do some things, in our best interest. But again, we ain't coming together to do anything that's in our best interest. So, we have to, get out there and really do our research, do better, and understanding what's actually going down, so we can put ourselves in a better position. And that comes with studying. That comes from researching. Doing our homework, and not all about partying and having a good time, because we in a serious situation right now in this country. The population, like I said before, is dwindling. The European population is dwindling. They want to kill out abortions. Even with rape and incest, it's they have a population, and they know agenda, and they know that 2040, 2050, this is going to be a country that it is dominated by, for right now, what they would say the minority population, the brown and black population. So they dealing with some serious issues. This is like Custer's last stance. They are serious at this particular point, and we got to get more serious, and get our minds and energies and consciousness out of the TV and all those insignificant things. It's a reason for all this and what we're going through. So I say, my people, stay on top, stay woke, and pay attention. It's important. These are serious times. All right. So I want you guys to stay in tune, stay plugged in to the journey with me. The travelers, we're gonna go on this journey. We're gonna be looking at some things that that is pertinent to us, our kind of issues, our kind of problems, and what are some solutions to that, and where we need to take ourselves in our mind's eye. We're gonna incorporate all of it together, our mind, bodies, and souls, and talk about how our diet plays a real significant part on how we thinking. We wondering why our children are acting the way they're acting right now. No one never focuses on the diet. What are they eating? Garbage in, garbage out. What you feed the body is what you feed the brain. It's all relative. So we have to look at those issues. That's why I'm bringing on Dr. Moore about talking about this melanin, how the melanin could be your friend, but it also could be harmful to you if you don't know your physiology. How you are made up different. How this thing called melanin, this pigmentation, it's important. This system and all over this world, from past and present, has been studying what make you tick, what make black folks tick. How you able to work so hard and stay in the sun and do this, and they can't stay in the sun. So they've been doing all kind of experimentations on this melanin, so you need to know the importance of it. You walking around with all this melanin, more concentrated melanin than any group of people on the planet. And you need to know there are some things that you can do and cannot do. That's why drug addiction is very difficult for black folks to get over, because those melanin cells kind of trap things inside your body. It's hard for it to get out. Back in those hippie days, those hippies was taking some of everything, using all kind of drugs, and shaking. Some of them who wanted to come out and then shake that stuff right on off, and became bank executives and working in the field, in the corporate fields and things like that. They was able to do that because their concentration of melanin is not as much as ours. So those are things you need to know, and we're gonna be talking about things like that because it's very important. We're gonna be putting it all together: the spirituality, your consciousness. Your consciousness is your reality. That whole piece is important. So travelers, let's just stay on this journey, and I want you guys to look out for this first interview with Dr. T.O. Owens Moore. He wrote about several books on melanin, dark matter, and he put all the whole cosmos and how it relates to your body, how, and he ties it in with African philosophy, and it's just he just does a beautiful job with that. So y'all stay tuned because there'll be more coming right up at you. Okay, peace.